And I couldn't find the warrant.
I got it covered.
Oh.
I think I'm like Ben's like.
Oh, yeah. He probably knows it's a little bit till we get to him.
Yeah.
Nope, there.
Oh,
Right there.
yes.
So.
He was up late watching the game.
What's on that top?
Yeah.
Got a window,
Oh, she'll
so
change that.
barely.
Barely, the Lions came back.
It was 13 points by the end of it, but it was close.
Horseshoe Stanker Days nukes. Oh, it counts.
Cowboys lost to the Panthers.
What? Oh.
Good thing I was in farming and didn't watch it.
They're screwed. Niners are in bad shape.
Well, they're 4-2.
Yeah, well, more, but they lost more.
They said they might get a bunch of guys back at the end of it though, but Broncos won.
That's,
Yeah. I think they said the Lions. Secondary was all good too. And the, well, the one was there, but one with a bad knee going off and all that stuff.
Them losing that coach was a bad deal.
Yeah.
Bad thing, but there's good someday because they got that coach now.
I'll just, you took my paper, didn't you? No? Okay, here it is.
Hi, let's see.
Hello. Oh.
are you guys ready or?
A second? Okay. That's all. Okay.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag. It's America. One.
Good morning. First thing we need to do is to approve the agenda. So it's been moved
I'll second it.
and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Public comments? But public want to speak. If nobody wants to approve. Good, Karen.
So maybe you're going to vote this morning on the stop sign on Ross Creek then? Is that what all this means?
Looks like it's back on the agenda.
To vote yes or no?
I think we motioned to postpone, is that it?
Still got discussion on here.
So if it's motion,
So that's a yes, you want to hold
Hold on a
on
second.
to discuss today?
yeah, discussion and possible action. Do you have anything else on that or?
Well, nothing that I haven't already said, Mark, so we totally bewildered as to why you do that.
I have a discussion.
Okay, good.
I've just traveled that street, that road, and I traveled it since my whole life. That's the main entry point in town, and I live on 310th Street. And I don't understand why we stop traffic there. It doesn't make sense to me, so I'd like some clarification why we would stop traffic there. That's a main entry point. Why are we stopping traffic coming into town?
It was a request from the city of Toledo.
Why is the city of Toledo requesting that?
My,
They've actually, got the control along that.
They have it different.
I haven't seen any.
They
I
have
haven't seen any.
control, I would know that, I'm on that twice to 4 times a day, in and out.
Me
They
too.
have set up. You cannot, I just came in on that, you cannot see the 25 mile an hour speed sign because the neighbor's tree to the east blocks that 25. Have you guys done that? You can't see the sign. You can't even see, you know it's slowing down, but you can't see the sign. So there's other ways that you can reduce speed, blocking it down to 35 and do that. There's other ways than just stop traffic. Yeah,
Those
they're
are lines for up for years. Still fine.
fine.
Even when you travel that road for 30-some years, 20 years, where it's big. You know that that's there, right?
I do.
And people still, everybody comes down that road, doing the same thing. But whether but I've driven that road, there, you can see the 25 miles. You can see the 35, right? You can see it slow down, and you can see the reduced speed ahead sign. You can see them all.
No, you can't. I challenge you. After we're done here, go out and drive, come in. You will not see the 25-mile-an-hour speed
Until you're right on it.
until you're right on it.
Wow.
And so, you know, trim the street, but slow traffic down to 35, minus 25, would be an option to just slow people down. If we could stop traffic and start it again, I'm just asking what problem we're trying to solve.
We have a number of residents that are complaining of traffic.
It's out everywhere, your residents that say they go so fast, I find out they hear it all the time.
Stop sign. So I have semis coming by my place home green now at 60 miles an hour with empty. And I have 10 grandchildren. Are we gonna stop traffic by on both sides of my house? So that my grandkids are safer.
I think we should.
Right, no, where do we bring up logic in our common sense? About state, 1,000 miles a year. I want a small house all the time, they can see speed, like 45 down to 35 and now.
Yeah.
Pretty good option, okay, I think we can both deal with that. So use more logic, you gotta get rid of all stuff, like, stuff. Straight up. Yeah, US Explorers would like, stop signs there to stop traffic so we can get out instead of sitting there for 3 or 4 minutes.
No, I said it's not lanes.
I understand that, I understand. Using that logic, and all stuff like. We have plenty of stoplights on Highway 60. That's not the point, we're talking about an entry point into town that.
The Farmers Market Road.
Farm to Market Road. I don't think it's necessary. That's mine.
Very good. So you're not for it, okay.
I'm not. Thank you.
Sure.
So just in further discussion, I didn't want to interrupt these guys, but the trees have matured. So the trees are real full and they are shading at certain times of the day, shading, but other times of the day, they're just simply blowing across or right in front of. Tree trimming would help a great deal. I have also been paying attention to that. And it's just the fullness of the trees, which is a wonderful thing, actually, on those signs. They're very difficult to see.
It's the same thing, if there is a tree limb hanging over that sign.
Yes. Close public comments, move on to discuss and approve the 10/6/25 regular minutes. So,
Second.
moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Engineer.
Morning.
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 Been working on 260 then, the ditch digging there, then on Ancient Avenue, looks like with weather, we're not gonna be, we need a good 3 days of weather of not any moisture to get that done, so maybe the next week project. Then on B Avenue, north of 115th Street, we're doing some kind of ditch cleaning along with our blades, cutting off that berm. Ditches, the way they were pretty decent to work with, where we were able to just create a nice slope So that's really looking nice, there. And then on Honda, we had the kind of the base course. Paving was placed Friday, final lift should be here today. Then we'll be on shoulder work, so that should be ended this week sometime. Then PCI, they're working on the deck, forming up the deck, and then having a pre-pour meeting for the deck this Friday. So hoping next week, yeah, it'll be next week sometime they'll be pouring the deck, so they'll be really getting after it on that one, so that's great. The Nats I think they were gonna tear out concrete. But back, and the confirmation on when they're gonna start tearing out that concrete. There's some on the east side, so I'll be kind of starting the broad process of. Then I have the stop sign resolution. Discuss.
Question that, on that dust control on 290, if that's, we're gonna get some money back on that.
Yes, yeah. Or, the one coming east is that'll be, Salt Creek will pay us the amount that was there, and then west of C Avenue, we'd work with, Windland, and then we'll be split in half of that, so, yep. So I guess, on the stop signs, looks like we need to do, a little tree trimming, and then I guess I don't know what you guys' thoughts are on stop signs.
Do we need to make a motion before we can discuss? Okay, I've received phone calls on that, and the suggestion from the landowner, is rather than putting a stop sign there, put a speed sign ahead, not let's say speed sign, reduction sign, and then drop it down to 35, and then we also do 45 and slow down coming to down, rather than coming to a full stop. So that was a phone call I received.
Yeah, I like the idea of more enforcement on that road. I know Hudson has kind of a similar issue, and everybody knows in Hudson, if you speed on X road, you're gonna get pulled over. I think if we put a little bit of enforcement there, try that, get that sign visible, especially next year when, Highway 63 is out, a lot of people are gonna be coming K and coming in that way, so it'd be nice to have that sign visible, because someone like me that doesn't drive that road is gonna need to know, like, it's the speed limit gonna drop down to. So I think that would be good as well, but, yeah, with a farm to market road, I think, yeah, I don't think there should be a stop sign there if the city, can't use these items. I mean, I think Ann Street would be in the city limits, is that correct? That would be the next option. I talked to Miss Lacey's preschool, this was not her idea. She had reached out to me in the past, so she said this wasn't her idea at all, but, if there has to be one, she would prefer Ann Street over where it's currently showing, because then that would work better in her area. The kids are kind of in the back of that area, but again, this doesn't have anything to do with her. She doesn't care either way, but her thought was if the city's going to do it, Ann would almost be a better area to do it if it needs to be done. But again, my preference is not to do it, just because it is hard to stop a truckload of grain, and it's easier just to slow down. What do you think? So Ann would be this one right here, I think, to the left.
Yeah, same today's that I heard the first calls on it. Not for it. Okay. Farm Market Road.
Any suggestions?
Oh, yeah, either, one that shows your speed, expensive, but just like you said, all that the tree trimmings ours, or I don't know if that's the cities or ours.
That would be ours, is that, it'd be east of the,
It's east of the K, I know.
yeah, east of Kingsburg.
What?
Well,
So we need a motion.
K that goes south, right? K that goes south, so that's where the county line starts, is that road right there, so like west of there is, yeah, I guess you have the, yeah. West of K is, there's curved east.
Right,
East, cities west.
is this the one right here?
Yeah, first.
That's the sheet. He said I had that.
Or questions?
We don't, no, the election,
I think. We need to, yeah. If that's something you guys want to entertain.
What is it?
It has speed limit, if you were wanting to entertain that option versus, right now, I think there's only a 25 mph and then a reduced speed ahead probably after K Avenue that goes north. So,
Okay.
or just,
Better signage?
I guess,
I'm sorry, I'm next, I was under the impression we would put that sign east as you're approaching, before you get to.
there's a K north. The K that goes, they can't see it further. Yeah.
You know, what this guy suggested was further east, reduce the speed to like 35, and then no sign at K, and then you've got the city owns
Yep.
the 25 miles.
Yep. I think it's like that.
That's still your sign?
I think it's like those.
So, so we put another reduced, want to put another reduced speed sign?
You just have to move it off.
Yeah.
I guess that's where I was just saying that east of where we're talking about now, where the stop sign is our,
This is our
road. So, yes, so that's what I'm saying. If that's the direction we're wanting to go, you guys are wanting to go, then we have to have a resolution to check the speed sign.
I think that's a good idea.
Okay.
So we're not taking action then this week, right?
No, okay, unless there's a motion, if there's no motion. Okay. Move on.
That for next week, speed limit for that area, I'll take a look at it where maybe make most sense to put that there, so.
If you can do kind of another map of this is what it is today, this is
Yeah.
where we're gonna add it, like, that way we can visually see and go drive it too, but.
Yeah.
She asked a question about it or
Oh,
not.
sorry. Go ahead.
The street, the road guy, a question.
Sure.
I want to know what's going on with B Avenue,
B Avenue.
So,
Yeah.
North B, yeah, up by the seal up in that area.
Right now, we're, there's, there's a 4 or 5 foot berm that was on the edge, that was all grass. We're cutting that off, we're getting that, getting a better ore slope to the edge of the ditch. And then once that's done, I mean, it's gonna be a 28-foot wide road, and then it'll be, we'll rock it. Okay, so.
They're not coming south then, that's just the one area that they're gonna work on.
Right, it's 115th and north. That's what
That's where you're working.
yeah, right
It's
now.
not gonna come south.
I mean, we'll try to, that's our goal, but I don't know, timing wise, we don't want to, I guess, get into it. We're trying to do it in sections where we open, 400, 500 feet and then, try to get it all shaped up. Next section before we just, do the whole mile and a half or 115 to 65 would be whole another mile, but yeah.
If you did something there, you would work on the west side of the road though, say, because she lives right by just north of Genesee's old school.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
So you wouldn't probably disturb a lot of their,
No, I mean, we've been kind of staying out of people's, like driveways or like where they mow and whatnot. We've just been trying to take care of the storm that's in the main ditch area, so.
Yeah, only cause a road bed trouble for the winter, where you are now, north of us.
No, I mean, that's what we're trying to do. We're not putting any dirt or anything on the road. We're just, we're we pulled up the rock, in the center, then we, pretty much bladed that dirt kind of into the ditch. Because the ditches weren't full or anything like that, so we're just, and then whatever's, the grass and all that sort of stuff that's kind of there, we're moving that, taking that away.
It's a major mess right now. Yeah.
It's gonna look real nice and it's gonna be a better road for you.
it's part in our progress.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the things where right now there's no way for the water to get on the road. We're trying to crown out roads. And so that's what we're trying to do, to have good ground roads so the water goes off. 4 or 5 foot berms on either side. And when we're trying to crown out the road, then we have a lip. And then we have water that just travels down the side. It doesn't get off into the ditch. So that's what we're trying to do.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then, so the other, on S Avenue north of E66, had a landowner requesting to upgrade their gravel to pavement, talked with, the landowner that was requesting it. They're wanting to do, steel coat on top of that. And with Quest policy, after the 5 years that we maintain it, he had said that he would be willing to maintain it after the 5 years. I don't know, I'll have to just check with Brett or what your guys, I was gonna check what your guys' feeling on it. Because obviously that would be different than our road improvement request policy, so that's where.
What's it state in the road?
It says after 5 years, the county maintains if it's in acceptable condition.
State what products they use?
It states, it says pretty much if it's,
Are we talking about?
the bituminous, or, rock, bituminous or paved, there's not a specific statement of it needs to be 3 inches, or it needs to be a double seal coat, or,
Concrete or where?
yeah, concrete or whatever. There's not a specific, it just kind of, let's see.
Is that a bridge right there?
No.
No, culvert?
Yeah. And I guess, and at the end, kind of talks about ongoing maintenance, not financially feasible, and the county can deny it, so.
We get downgraded, right?
Correct, it also says there, and,
Yeah.
retains the right to upgrade or downgrade the road if,
See, you price it 4 to 6 inches, I'd highly recommend 6. And that's gonna be 20, if he did that, it'd be 28 foot wide.
Yeah.
You said it's a dead end road, right?
Correct.
Is there much truck traffic or none at all really? Is there anybody that's owns it?
Just be farm. And then just for something like that. Or,
You were gonna talk to the neighbor, I think, to the north.
I had talked with him and he was willing to go after the 5 years, so that would be kind of, I have to make a new, either a new policy or just an agreement, of some sort, so. I'm just gonna.
Not really, we're changing our entire policy for this project.
Yeah.
But if you could get it, some kind of a contract, that might be helpful.
I would say if he really wants to do it, I'd say it needs to be 6 inches and then come up with something that blocks us after the 5 years. It's all his responsibility.
And all that is due to the, at the request of the engineer. I think you've got a lot of discretion there. If we approve it, then, if we make our stone to bend what we want it to be, then he could work with them.
I mean, he's wanting to do a seal coat, so it's not really wanting to do that 6 inches, so that's where I think, in my mind, we're
So-
a little bit more,
Also, you're supposed to do chip and seal deal? Instead.
How long does that last?
I mean, it depends on,
The amount of traffic?
The base is huge, kind of base it has.
Yeah.
And can still get frost boils with that kind of deal. That's not a good situation.
Yeah. Weeds and grass will grow.
No, not quite as bad, no. I think that would kill that problem. They did it up on, I can't even tell you what road, 115th probably,
yeah.
115th by the, Hickory Hollow up there north of Hickory Hills or west of Hickory Hills. Then they did it for a certain amount and then they had a little bit of extra and they went just a little farther and that base wasn't there and that really came up right away. But that's what we end up removing, right?
Yeah.
And then,
No, sorry.
yeah.
That probably cost us money to remove it.
We removed, well, because I was kind of not done,
Yeah.
properly, so then, or the fact that just did replaced the culvert in there, replaced that, and then had to, then they paid for the final kind of, seal coat over top. Finish it, but.
In my mind, they either need to do the 4 6 inches, or maybe we could get a contract that they pay to remove it after, whenever it gets to be deemed. Cause I don't think the county should have to pay on this dead end road to remove chip and seal that's gonna be bad in 2 years.
It's possible, but there's
Slow as
other.
Okay. I thought.
On.
Okay,
So that
road's like,
that would work.
well, maybe it's not
Okay.
right.
See if I can.
Now, if you're happy, I'm happy.
Exactly, that's how that's talked about that.
Good.
Actually, they stopped in here when I was in here. Guy stopped in here and said, how come we are having 3 passes on the road? She said, it used to be 3 passes, one each side, and someone come down the middle and fixed it. So then the previous engineer said, we're not gonna do that, we're only pass it period. Basically, he was complaining that our road was, we
Need to do one back and then, or guys, try to do that, so I guess, where to see when I go.
But I still think we need to go down that path of best practice and get somebody that knows what they're doing. have to teach folks how to do the roads. I mean, you're spending a lot of money, and I don't want to spend money on rocks that are going in the ditch. I'm not throwing you under the bus here, I'm just, these are what other citizens have said, and I think we know what to pass it on. Get us closer to life.
I've got 2 minutes.
I don't have any more.
Sorry, Ben. I guess, did not, but, had interviews for the bridge crew, just labor position last week. Have 2 candidates, so looking at probably additionally offering to one, this week, and then get drug testing, all that sort of stuff out of the way, and then go from there.
Did you give it?
Not yet, I looked at it, I backed at it.
Yeah, I,
Did the foreman positions get posted or not yet, or is that still? Okay, so let us know once they're posted, that way we can spread the word and.
Yeah, well, second.
sorry.
Ben, they giving any updates on the corners around Desert, the X Avenue and 24, when they might be?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah,
I just didn't know how much if they've mentioned them.
they have been out mentioned, usually. So the project come up is, that culvert project, I was contacting them, obviously, with 190th Street, but the other ones, highway had not. Alright.
Good. Wait, I have one quick one. With the project on O Avenue at Missouri Crossing,
Yeah.
did you shut that project down?
Over again, the way it was, extra set, it needs to be about a foot lower.
Okay.
So we need to start that over.
Had a text on that last week, now.
Got all last week too.
So we'll finish it, you just have to, yeah.
Need a motion to go into public hearing?
I'll make that motion.
Second it.
Moved and seconded. Do a roll call.
Homer,
Aye.
Nibble,
Aye.
Nolan,
Aye.
Turner.
Aye.
Okay, we're in public hearing for vacation of V Avenue. This is the resolution, whereas the public hearing was held 9 o'clock this morning at the office of the Tama County Board of Supervisors to consider the proposal to vacate the following segments of the road V Avenue between 240th and 230th. In beginning at the southwest corner of section 09 the township and proceed north for 1,700 foot, established 66 feet wide in, whereas no objections have been received by the adjacent landowners, either in writing or by persons in present, and whereas no other objections were received, and the vacation of the road is intended to affect utility easements. Therefore, it would be resolved that the subject section of the road is ordered vacated and closed. This road vacation is not intended to remove easements for utilities. Anybody here from the public wish to speak on that? Research.
I gotta have that to get, on access, I have that field,
Okay, what's your name?
Eric Annis.
Eric, yes.
Is that right there by the house?
No, well, no,
No, that's,
go west of Mitch's
okay.
to,
Oh, Gotcha.
3 miles.
Yep.
So what you're saying is that's the only access you have to get to your field that they're working at? And if it's vacated, then you still have access?
It would be the landowners on either side, so it'd be, I'd have to cross other landowners to get to them. That's not gonna work. Right.
Empty factor for his fields.
And not unless they're gonna give him a way to get to his field, you know, and if they're not, then that's not gonna work.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Dave, they're also a landowner right there. So yeah, Eric and his farm is all around my property as well. And I guess I'm not necessarily in favor or against whether or not the road's closed or not. The issue I've had is that road does dead end at his property on the north end of my property. I have some game cameras there, and there's been an increase of activity in the summertime. Nobody has vandalized anything, nothing's been stolen. I've seen some shotgun shells out there again. So that's why I brought it to the attention of Ben. You know, the road dead ends right there anyway, so I'm willing to work with Eric if to cross my property. If that's not an option, I'm okay with that. If, I don't know what the county would say or what Eric would say if the road stays open, but we put possibly some gates to prevent public traffic on that road, but only landowners, I'd be open to that suggestion as well, if that's something that the other landowners.
If I have a recorded easement across that corner, I got no problem closing it, but I gotta have a recorded easement.
And that's, I spoke with Ernie, Eric's father. I don't want to speak for him, I guess. This was probably 2 or 3 years ago, and he had suggested the same thing at that time, is that if he had a legal easement across my property, that he was okay with it. And at that time, I said I was okay with that as well. But, things happen, we never moved forward with that. So that's something I'm open with as well. If, if Eric's okay with that, I'm more than happy to do something along that line too.
Sounds like we got a couple guys willing to work together.
I guess. Easements, yeah, for you guys, just, cross, I think. Probably more than likely it's been. Or
Is that a level C now?
it's a level B.
What if we changed to C and gated it?
I mean, that would be an option too, so.
I think this is probably them get together with you and we can get it done, right?
Yeah. It's figured out.
Because if I remember correctly, the rest of that road is all done shut, right?
Yeah.
Does it reopen north of 30?
Yeah.
There's a little section, because it's a house.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, south of 230, there's a chunk of the corner's house, but in the north of 230, it's all gravel again.
Yeah. No, I'm looking at it on Google Maps. I just wondered, in my head sees what we're talking about. So we're saying if they come to an agreement, we're talking maybe like Kurt said, downgrade to a C so that it can be legally gated.
I mean,
Would that impact you guys if I was a gator?
I mean, if we get the easement done, I'm fine with shutting
Yeah,
it.
whatever you guys prefer, gate or an easement, you guys talk through it and then bring it back to Ben and then we can put it back on the agenda. Maybe.
Yeah, because there's, on the deed, or not the deed, whatever you call it, green books, there's an easement on there, it's just not signed or recorded, so we just get that done, then we're probably have to pull that fence post on the south so I can get to it, it's pretty tight, but other than that.
I think that's what I talked to your dad, is
Yeah.
I have my driveway now, the gates, we can just remove them gates.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's right there on that far side of the, instead of having to come up the dirt road.
Right,
Come right off the
right,
gravel.
cause it ain't great coming up there either. Yeah, we'll just work on getting the easement done, and then we'll bring it back to you, if that's cool with you guys.
Yeah. Good.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Thanks, guys, for both being here.
Yeah.
Makes it easy to talk through it.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep. No comments.
All right. Look,
You sit out there.
All right, need a motion to go out of close, or public here.
So moved.
Second. Okay, but moved and seconded. Roll call.
Donna?
You don't need anything else.
I don't think so. Nope. All right, thank you for
Thank you.
coming. Aye.
Turner?
Aye.
Nibble?
Aye.
Dolan?
Aye.
Hudson?
Aye. Back in session. The discussion, the possible action on road vacation resolution, we will not act on right now, right? Sure. And then we'll move to the next item.
Those don't take us any-
Oh, that's 9:30. All right, discussion and possible action on Eastern Iowa Workforce Development Area Shared Liability Agreement.
Yep, so I'm on the representative for this. So we went through, as I mentioned last meeting, we're merging, the Southeast Workforce Development is merging with Mississippi Valley. And so there's 22 of us counties coming together, so we put together this shared liability agreement. So it talks through a lot of different items. I sent here a week ago, so hopefully everybody's had a chance, but pretty straightforward. I know there's like the liability side of it goes by population. So out of those 22, we have 2.7% of it. You know, some counties like Scott is 28.9%, but everybody still has one vote. That was mentioned in our call. And everybody was, I guess, okay with that. I don't know if Scott County was on the phone, but that's kind of where the liability lands, down the road. But otherwise, let me know if there was any questions. I also sent out a Q&A sheet, but we do need to approve it as is. All the different 22 counties do, or if there's any pressing, issues, then I will take that back to the team. We just have to approve it by, I think, here in a week, I think. So any questions from the board or thoughts? It's just pretty much, like I said, it's just setting up how we're gonna operate as a new workforce development board. And there'll probably be more documents to come as we go through this process.
Did they have one of these before? The shared liability agreement?
Yeah, like we each had our own, and so it's just updating. We just kind of merged things that were different between the two, and, yep.
Did Brad need to look at this at all, since we,
It's up to you guys. I haven't sent it to him, but
it looks pretty straightforward, but
Yeah.
I still think because we were talking about merging with a lot more counties, we make sure we protect our county.
Yeah.
I think it would be better if Brad looked at, how soon does this have to be done?
it was like the 20, I have to look here. Can't remember what the exact day was. The only reason I hadn't sent it to him yet is the only liability part is just by population. And I don't know, I mean, unless you guys see any other liability, I can send it to Brent, but I just didn't really see much else for liability for the county.
I would feel more comfortable if we asked him to look through this, and if it's,
Can we approve it on his approval?
yeah, you know, so we can act on it.
Act
based
on it today and then I'll send it to Brent right after,
Yeah,
if that would be okay.
I'll make a motion, we accept this on Brent's approval.
I'll second that.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Is it a resolution?
No, nope.
Just a motion, okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Now. Sheriff's quarterly report, so.
5 minutes, go.
One.
They wants more money.
It's your floor.
He's sleeping back there. He's sitting today.
He's waiting for
Before they talk about the quarterly.
well, we're trying to waste time until 9:30. We got another public hearing.
No, but you did a great job on that apparently.
Yeah.
Good ring bear.
Yeah.
And he had a homecoming date.
That's a good week.
Oh,
Yeah, that was.
that lady in the wedding dress was wandering around out there. Good job, Sheriff. Good job.
Their person
And-
backed out last minute or what?
Timed,
They didn't have a judge.
they messed up on timing. There's a miscommunication.
So Jacob is, are you also a minister? So Jacob, or, okay, so
If I ever do decide to get married, you're my guy.
Your ring bearer or what?
Minister,
Oh, that.
Are
pastor,
you ready for all those jokes?
yeah, no.
Make him wear a collar and black clothes.
Yeah, that's a big sign of trust, Kurt, because, I mean, I'm up there talking, I can sit around.
I trust you. Okay, well, wait, all right.
If I put a sign on your back, don't back up. Yeah.
I don't think you have to worry about it.
All right, looks like his report is revenues coming in minus the disbursements equals $10,130.24. So we would need a motion to accept his report.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Oops, motion carries. Next, approve or authorize chairman to sign, Dallin Hut, McEltree's ABMDI recertification documents. I talked to her, I received an email last week and wasn't quite sure where it had come from. And then, she had reached out to me the day after that. She has gone through, I think, every 5 years she's nationally accredited and, she goes through some training, to do that. Used to just be that the auditor could sign off on it, but now they've asked that, there's more oversight, so the Board of Supervisors has to approve it, then we have to sign it, for her to receive that certification, and so I guess it's quite a process, and so it's extra training than what she is even required to have, so it's a good thing to do that, so we just need a motion and a second to approve.
So moved.
Good,
I'll second it.
it's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Yours. 9:16.
You wanna do the county farm bidding, Boston?
Good.
So, I was approached by a person who was on occasion rented the county farm, last time, when this was done, because it's not in our rules. He attended here and wanted to raise his bid. And so I did some research and found out that we can do that, but we have to put it in our bidding procedures. So, I'm gonna recommend that we change our bidding procedures to include what's called live bidding. So it's a two-step process. Everybody would submit their sealed bids, and then anybody who had submitted a sealed bid could attend the meeting when we would go to open it. And at that point in time, people could continue to raise their bids until somebody finally says, okay, no mas, I'm done. And then whoever has the highest bidder, we would normally award that. The law says we don't have to award at all, or we can choose who else we want to bid it, award it to. Typically, it is the highest bidder. So, I would like to go down that path to change our bidding process, so I'll make the motion that, well, yeah, I'll make the motion so you guys can talk about it. I move that we change the county farm bidding process to include live bidding.
Is this still a year-to-year contract or?
This will be a 3-year contract this coming month. We're still in the 1 year right now because it hadn't been published for a year.
Don't know what point you wanna.
Sure.
Somebody's got to second it before we do discussion.
I'll second it.
Okay. Dirk,
Can we put a stipulation? Sorry for my voice. We put a stipulation in there making sure they upkeep the ground, as putting fertilizer. I don't think that'll be the previous contract. Yeah. That way they are not,
Mining it?
yeah, well, no, just taking the nutrients out of the soil, right,
Right. No. So I took the chickasaws, on format. I'm more than happy when we go to redo it, because we can add a whole bunch of stuff if you want. I agree.
That's good to know.
They need to leave the ground same or better shape than they got it. I'm fine with that. But the issue was, the main issue is basically allowing, those who had sealed bids that were sealed out.
No, I get that, I don't think that was in the contract before.
It was not. Oh, I'm talking about the, heat.
The upkeep on the ground.
If we're already touching it, yeah, if people can bring us other things that we should do, that would be good.
We have, the 20th of December, I think is when it has to go in the paper.
Yeah, for all that.
Yeah,
We got time.
so we've got time. I just want to get it in front of us so we can get it either approved or not, and then go down that path of updating it to include those things. So if there's other stuff that we need to do.
Yeah, I think if we make sure we include those other things that could be out there. Does a lot of counties do this already, the live bidding?
Yeah, the city of Toledo does it,
Yeah,
so.
makes sense in today's world, but
Yeah, you wanna get the most that you can out of your.
Absolutely.
out of your land.
Yep.
So it's.
as long as you have
the
those
best way to do
safeguards
that.
in that contract of what you want done to it when they
And
rent
you-
it.
You we have the right of refusal on any bids.
Right,
Okay.
exactly.
If they're the winning bidder, they can still
Okay.
deny it and give it to the backup bidder.
So who's gonna work on updating this?
I will work with Karen
Okay.
to make, that's it, it was brought to me, I'll take lead and Kurt's gonna help me.
Okay.
There's a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Oops, motion carries. When you guys get it, will you bring it back?
Oh,
Or-
absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then we could approve it's policy, not ordinance.
It's policy.
Okay. Should be good.
Yeah.
Still not time.
You wanna do claims?
Could do claims.
Okay, we have claims in the amount of 204,039 period, 36, so $204,039.36. I make a motion to approve it.
Second. Okay, it's been moved and seconded to approve the claims. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Oops, motion carries.
I didn't even take a minute.
Here. Slower.
Fine.
Back there.
Unless you wanna start the other topic and take slightly longer, but
We could
your call, if it's,
start possibly.
either we can wait or we can start it and then table it.
Yeah, I don't know how long it'll take. So. We can start on this topic, then if we have to, we can take it and come back after. The public comment.
Right now, for
Is there?
Did you, my purse, did you just?
Something.
Oh, it's like-
I need to get to my file.
Oh, you need. Get that in there while they're.
Speaking chills. About the chair rolling across the floor.
The next item is discussion and possible action to approve zoning administrator's statement for Board of Adjustment hearing on 10/14/2025 concerning Salt Creek Wind 2 conditional use permit. Heather and I had talked on the phone last week. This is the language that I had come up with pursuant to our conversation. And, so I sent that out last night. I don't know if you guys have had an opportunity to read it. Essentially, it's a neutral approach direction to the Board of Adjustment. They've got all of their information. We want to be as unbiased as we can. And so this would give an unbiased, in my opinion, direction to their board on how they can consider criteria.
Is there copies of this out there in the public or not?
I just got that this morning, so.
Okay, sorry.
So we'd have to either read it or get some copies, probably, so we know what we're talking about.
Yeah, we have to.
Professor.
I'm a fast reader. I'll just go ahead and read it. Would it still be D, since we didn't do any of the
We're
others?
going to be A.
A. If- I'll- Whereas Tama County, Iowa and Salt Creek Wind 2 LLC have entered into a settlement agreement, I think we have to change that to development agreement. For resolving disputes related to the development of the Salt Creek Wind 2 project. Whereas the settlement agreement affirms the county's obligation to enforce its ordinances and to process applications for conditional use permits in accordance with Tama County zoning ordinance, including the wind energy conversion system ordinance adopted in 2010. Whereas the Board of Adjustment is the designated body to review and act upon the CUP application for wind energy projects based on recommendations and interpretations provided by the zoning administrator. Whereas it is the intent of the Board of Supervisors to ensure that the zoning administrator provides neutral ordinance-based guidance to the Board of Adjustment free from political or external influence. Now therefore be it resolved by the Tama County Board of Supervisors. 1, the direction to zoning administrator shall provide neutral ordinance-based recommendations to the Tama County Board of Adjustment when reviewing CUP applications related to the Salt Creek Wind 2 project. The evaluation criteria is that the zoning administrator shall advise the Board of Adjustment to approve the CUP application if it substantially meets all provisions of the Tama County zoning ordinance, to deny the CUP if it does not meet and cannot reasonably be amended to meet the ordinance requirements. And 3rd, to approve with conditions, the CUP application if it does not currently meet all ordinance provisions but can be brought into compliance prior to construction. Transparency and record keeping, all recommendations and findings by the zoning administrator shall be documented in writing and made available to the public as part of the Board of Adjustment's official record. The effective date, this resolution shall take effect immediately upon its adoption. So. That's it in its entirety. Is there any, questions? Got 4 minutes.
Well, no, we need to make a motion to adopt first before I can talk.
Good.
I make a motion that we adopt resolution 10-13-2025 A.
Amended to
It's
say
amended where it says settlement to
development agreement.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've got 2 pages to read, so he's gonna second.
I'll second it. Good.
My parents were married in August of 1955. I was born in 1956 in July. Grandma Haywood, no relation, everybody just called her that. In front of my parents, she started counting on her fingers, September, October, November, therefore all the way through July. It was 11 months. What she was doing was measuring time and inferring my parents actually married out of true love and not because they had to. I just read John Kennedy's book and I had to do that. Okay, first up for consideration, time. Sean Roberts, Salt Creek Wind 2 filed their papers in December 2024. Our moratorium took effect in January 2025. The passage of time, however short, plays a significant role in the legitimacy of this project. It is not blocked by the moratorium, and we affirm that as a board with a 5-0 vote. Secondly, therefore, Sean Roberts has a legal standing to expect a reasonable review of the submitted information. Of note, he has put in over 4,000 turbines worldwide, and he has been through this process many times. Because of this history, it would seem he is pretty much an expert in successfully navigating the process currently before us. On the subject of negotiating, Mark Dolan and I spent many hours working through the development agreement with Mr. Roberts. I'm now going to call him Sean because we've talked many hours. We found Sean to be a perfect gentleman. He answered all of our questions regarding the many false allegations circulating about the evil wind turbines. All answered to our satisfaction. He even brought up points of contention he had resolved before we even asked. He was the only decision maker for his company. He's had his legal team review the agreements he made with us and even overruled their suggested changes in order to honor his word. There's been an allegation made that what Mark and I did was not legal or in compliance with Iowa code or within our authority as the members of the Tama County Board of Supervisors. It is my intention to request a ruling from the Iowa State Attorney General regarding our police and executive powers to clear this up once and for all. It will have to go through Brent Herring first. Our board has chosen to send it downstream to the Board of Adjustment for a review. There have been several comments made publicly that it is simply an up or down vote. I have publicly addressed this as false, misleading, and a potential poison pill. Vice Chair Heather Knebel's article in last Friday's paper also addressed this. The Board of Adjustment has the authority to approve with conditions, or not approve. They know this and have recently applied the approval with conditions option when considering a replacement house on a piece of land. If a decision to not approve a conditional use permit is made, the justification must not be one that is judged to be capricious, arbitrary, or illegal. With all the contentious publicity this issue has had, I want to ensure the Board of Adjustment is aware I completely trust them to fairly review the CUP. And I fully expect the public, regardless of which side of the equation that you come down on, to conduct yourselves in a respectful manner.
Anybody else have any comments or questions with or for the resolution?
This all relate back to.
Yeah, what was that all about?
I was wondering how many months it took.
What do you mean?
Were they
comments?
asking for a favor?
Just, I want to restate where we are.
Well, like, did something happen that we got a resolution for this now, or what? I'm in the dark here, what's going on?
So the resolution, yes, there's lots that's happened. It's my intent to avoid any lawsuits. There's been, our zoning administrator has spoken publicly many times in opposition of the wind turbines, in opposition of the project going forward. This simply gives direction on a neutral statement to be made in order to avoid litigation. It avoids any other kind of language or terminology being spoken during that hearing that would potentially end us up having some liability. So it binds basically her statement to the Board of Adjustment to say, if this criteria is considered without swaying either way. It removes the bias out of the public square. That's my concern.
Well, that was one thing I've never been worried about Laura being by the law. You should have worried about that with the other zoning administrator.
Yeah, I feel like Laura follows the ordinances almost too close, which again can be the other way around, right? When there's different ways that can be interpreted on, our ordinances are just so old that it's a hard thing to do.
I would, part-time believing she would go down that path, but I mean, she ain't gonna do it anyway, so if you wanna pass it, you can, but it's kind of ridiculous. If, like I said, if we would have had this with the other administrator, we wouldn't be in this situation at all. If you wanna talk unbiased, that's a foolish thought. There's nobody in this county that's unbiased. Either on one side or the other.
Is there any part of the resolution that you disagree with?
I don't think we need it.
No, I mean, the main thing is the Board of Adjustment makes the decision. Laura's got no decision making. You know, she can recommend, this is what I recommend and this is where they're not following the ordinance. So that's where when Mark and I talked, if we want to put it together, that's fine, but I wasn't worried about Laura and I think it's not her decision anyway. I think the Board of Adjustment, we put, at least 3 of the members in there, and I think they're all very good researchers. They're gonna look at it, they're gonna do like we did, whether or not they have personal beliefs, doesn't matter. We gotta do what's best for the county, and what makes sense. to
Yeah, so
ensure-
it's fall on them, so decide.
Correct.
A
Yep.
neutral message to them is a bad thing?
No, that's where I said I was fine.
Ensuring that a neutral message to them is a bad thing?
Yep, that's where I said, I got no issues with how it's worded. I mean, that's exactly the decision, like you said, I put in my column, it's approve with conditions, or deny it, and, you know, I don't have any issues with it.
No other discussion, we'll do a roll call.
Gilmer,
Nay.
Turner,
Aye.
Neville,
Aye.
Dolan,
Aye.
Kuka,
Nay. Okay, passes 3-2. It's 33 after. I'll make a motion to go into public hearings.
I'll make a motion to go to public hearing. So moved. I mean, sorry, second.
Been moved and seconded to go into public hearing. Roll call.
Aye.
Turner,
Aye.
Dolan,
Aye.
Aye.
We are in public hearing. Make on my opinion. This is for setting the fees, Allison. Okay. Good.
I still have not heard any comments regarding this topic at all. Nothing's been sent to my office or called in, either email or phone regarding the fees.
Okay.
I have no problem with these.
Have you had any? Nothing.
So I should have done a while back.
So can,
You go out. Anybody here from the public wish to speak on the public or on the fees? Fee schedule?
We can't hear you. What are we discussing now?
the fees, zoning fees.
Fee, okay. I haven't heard of hearing it.
Do you have any other comments other than you couldn't hear us?
You know, I couldn't.
I just didn't understand either.
Okay. This was on last week too. It was it was recommended that we up our zoning fees, or fees for permits, by the zoning commission. And so this is the second reading of that essentially.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you.
Anybody have any comments?
No further additional question. Karen, no, this wouldn't go into effect until it's published in the newspaper, right? Even if they do their final reading and vote, say aye.
Go out of public hearing.
I'll make a motion, we go out of public hearing.
I'll say it.
Moved and seconded to go out of public hearing. Roll call.
Gilmer,
Aye.
Aye.
Neville,
Aye.
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 Okay, we're back in regular session.
So I make a motion that we approve this and that we waive the third reading. So that we can approve this, so that I have to make two separate motions.
You
One
can
to
do
waive
it, you can do all in one.
Yeah.
Okay, so I make a motion that we waive the third reading and that we approve resolution 10-13-2025C.
The amended B could be, right?
Been moved and seconded. That's a resolution, so we'll have to roll call that one too.
Gilmer,
Aye.
Turner,
Aye.
Neville,
Aye.
Dolan,
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. The motion carries, resolutions adopted. Is there anything else we did the claims other than public comments?
That's it.
Public comments again? Public comments are open. Good.
Okay, so I have been to several zoning meetings, all of them are held in the evenings. And I just want to speak to Laura's, benefit in the fact that I've never heard her try to sway those board members. She explains everything that they ask in in great detail. She always conducts the meeting professionally. And, very seldom does she give her opinion. She lets them hash it over, which Doug Dvorak is really good at being the chair of that committee, that board. And he's thorough. And Laura doesn't have to do anything except her job is to keep the meeting going. She's very good at it and has stuff ready and has her paperwork done. She's very professional there. So just to clear up any misconceptions about her reputation or her behaviors, I don't see anything. And I have been to an awful lot of meetings, not just this year. Thank you very much.
Bill? Carolyn?
I wasn't expecting this last thing to read up. I'm just a little disgusted at that. We're putting Sean Roberts on his pedestal. This is what he does all over everywhere. People are fighting these turbines everywhere. That's not because we hate them, but in Clinton County, I just heard that they're fighting him now. I don't want to hear about how great Sean Roberts is, and then we're putting down our local people. It just doesn't seem right to me. I don't know what's going on, but anyway, I just wanted to express that opinion. I just thought that we really put him on a pedestal, and he's not a member of our county. I mean, why are we doing that?
Yes. Jim?
Okay, we talked about stop signs. Got one more thing. We've discussed the Ross Street, putting a stop sign in on incoming traffic into town headed west. This, and I know it's not your problem, it's in the city area, the city's area. There's gonna be a stop sign going out of town. And I just like to hear a good reason to put a stop sign for people leaving town. Does anybody, I think, handle that? I don't understand why people in town going east would have to stop at the edge of town. It's not like it's a busy intersection. But anyway, another consider, you put a roundabout in there. That's a trend, roundabout, you know.
Still,
That one.
That's all I had.
It wouldn't be cheaper. Else? Okay. My comments and adjourn at 9:41.
I received a phone call about us not voting on the journey.
Oh,
So I figured I make a motion that we adjourn.
okay.
I'll second it.
Been moved and seconded?
I think I missed a comment perhaps. I see somebody raising their hand online.
Okay.
Andrea, did you want to speak? Andrea Dvorak has her hand raised.
She told me she was gonna be in the tractor today, so if
Oh.
you raised it earlier, she might have had to go do something
Gotcha.
mechanical.
Okay.
So it just came up, so.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
We're adjourned. We were adjourned. Roberts allows you to
I
adjourn.
know that out of the so I received a phone call, guy complaining about it, so.